I borrowed some tools from a real mechanic today. Okay, I've got the lines off of here. So this is where the lines go right under the motor and then go through, I won't call it the firewall, but go through the frame. Went over there. Brandon was very helpful at Lawrence Equipment. He had the oil that I needed, and David over there at Custom Hose and Fitting, he hooked me up. Very helpful, very friendly. Put my hoses together for me. I was in and out of there in less than 30 minutes, or I guess. Here are the new hoses next to the old hoses. So this is the line. I still haven't figured out. I haven't inspected it that close to see which line was leaking, but go up here to the connection point. Let's connect it up and see what happens. Oh man, where'd my abrasion protection go? Oh, I had taped it, I thought, but I guess that tape did not hold. All right, I may have to get the crow's foot out to get that last bit of tightening on here. I think that is tight. Okay, I think I can put this one back on. I just taken this one off to give me room to turn those wrenches. I think my battery on the light is going dead. I've had this hose sitting in front of the heater, so it has warmed up and it's a little more bendable. So let me, I'm gonna blow it out, make sure there's no dirt in it. Put the abrasive cover on there, tape up the end, and fish it through here now. All right, I don't like the way this hose is going. I think I'm gonna have to run it a different way. than what I had planned. And I may actually have to wait for help for a second person to kind of guide this hose where I want it. I think I've got to feed it through this way, starting here, and then go all the way up, and then reroute it once I get up there where the pump is. Yep, I'm gonna have to wait for a second person to guide this. It's coming. How can I get this light so you can see? It's coming up this way, but I need to go under some hoses. This is where it connects, and so because of that angle there, I don't like the way it's connecting now. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wait for a second person that can guide it on this end and get it where we need to go, but it's gonna work for me. Yeah, and I've got plenty of hose. I've got plenty of length. I had him cut it a little bit longer because since it's only being clamped on the other end, I can cut it to the length that I need once I get it in there. I may be able to finish connecting the first one I put up. I don't know if this will be in my way for once I connect this to the cooler and to the other hose. It may be in my way for finagling that hose. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that looks good. I can tighten that hose up. As I was downloading video over the weekend, I realized there was a lot of video I thought I was recording, but I was not. My SD card filled up on my other camera. I didn't realize it. So the part that you missed, and I thought I had some good video of it based on the camera placement. So I went out and I bought this multi-tool, this oscillating tool, specifically for this job here. This was Jeffrey's suggestion. In order to get down in here where those steel lines were back in there, Jeffrey had suggested a multi-tool for cutting these lines out of there. I've been wanting one. I didn't have one. This gave me an excuse to go out and buy one. So that's how I cut through these lines was with this multi-tool. Wow. I've heard people talk about them. We've sold a couple of them at the store. We sell the blades for them. People always coming in looking for the blades. That's a handy tool. Wow, that's all I can say. If you don't have one, get one. So that's how I cut through these steel pipes. And then the other thing I used, which I already had, I'm not going to pull it out of the box, but I have a Sawzall, and that reciprocating saw. I don't know what you call it. I call it a Sawzall, reciprocating saw. So that is how I cut that other bracket out. I got in there. I had to get, I think, a 9-inch blade to get in there and cut that bolt out of there. So yeah, you missed some of those good action shots, but hey, battery is charged today. I've formatted the SD card, so we've got room. Jeffrey's coming down to help me run this last hose. So it's not going to be a lot of interesting footage, but I should finish this project up today and get it out of here. That's what the plan is. So fingers crossed. All right, well, I was pretty stupid here because I didn't look earlier. 2 bolts here, 2 bolts up top. This cover came off so we could get to this. All right, so we've got everything connected here. We just have to tighten it up. That hose runs down through there. And we've got it run up through here the way we want. We just need to cut some off here now, and that should be the end of it. I have replaced the oil pan drain plug. Hold on, let me get this other part. That was screwed up in the oil pan. It's an adapter, and you see the hole on the bottom. That's screwed in, and then this elbow screwed into that adapter. And there was a hose attached to that elbow, and that hose ran out to the oil filter. So that is supposed to make it easier to change the oil in this. So then you just unscrew the plug on the end of the hose and drain the oil. Well, by replacing this with the plug, what that's going to make me do at least once a year is pull this cover off of here and just do a quick inspection under here when I'm draining the oil. I can check for the hoses, see how much dirt has accumulated up here, and it'll just force me to keep this area a little bit cleaner. Plus, that hose, actually, where it came out through this clip here, actually sits higher than the bottom of the oil pan, so you're never going to drain out all of the oil with that hose coming through there, because it sits probably 3 inches above the bottom of that oil pan. If this doesn't work, if I don't like it, you know, I can go back and put that elbow back on there and run the hose back out here. Okay, time to put oil in it and start this baby up. You saw why I put that coffee can there. There's not a lot of angle for this fill on the hydraulic side of this, so That coffee can held my funnel up so I could get it poured in there. I've changed the filter. We have got oil in the sight glass. I've got oil there. I think we're ready to put the cab down and start this baby up. I'm not going to put that bottom cover on yet. I want to start it up and run it and see if there's any leaks. I think the battery's hooked up. All right, I think I've got everything out of the way here, so we can close this up. All right, everything is out of here, so I can close this up. All right, two more nuts to put on to hold the cab down, and we can start her up. I'm going to move that tractor out of here. Then I'll come back and start this one up and move it over to that side, let it run, and I'll be able to see if there's any oil leaks over there, and then I can clean up all this mess on this side. All right, I see nothing obvious at the moment. Now I've got a mess to clean up here. Well, okay. What have I've got less than $1,000 in parts. What did I say? With the filters, the oil, and the lines, I had $725. I bought some new tools. The oscillating saw was $130, $40. Socket and ratchet, another $30, so $150. So, yeah, $900 or so in parts. I've got about, I guess maybe 10 hours total. It's taken me a couple of days. I wasn't in a big hurry. But about 10 hours of my time in it, about an hour of Jeffrey's time in it. So that's not bad. At this point, I'm ahead of the game if that works, if I don't have any issues out of that. But if those hoses leak, if they rub in a spot and develop a leak 5 years from now, they will be easy enough to change. And I guess that's how you change the two steel hydraulic lines on a Case SV280 skid loader. I can take these tools back to the real mechanic that I borrowed them from, but hey, I think I'm going to go online and look for a set of these large crow's feet. I do like those. And I think I'm going to look for a set of these angle wrenches, just because I want them. And it's the end of the year and I got to spend some money so Uncle Sam doesn't get it all. Okay. I'm going to clean up my mess here, and then I'm going to say, see ya!